Welcome everybody to Rank Talks Ball for yet another World Cup watch along. And what a game this is in the round of 16 in MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey slash New York. It's gonna be Norway up against Brazil, and I mean, just the storylines are all over the place for this one. Obviously, you have Vinicius Junior going up against Erling Haaland, and then you have the head to head, which is one of the most bizarre head to heads in football history, and that is Norway being unbeaten against Brazil, one of the very few nations, if not the only one, I forgot to check that stat, that is unbeaten against Brazil or that has even a positive scoreline against Brazil. And out of 4 games that these nations have played against each other in history, there are 2 wins for Norway's and 2 draws. Brazil has never beaten Norway in football, which is incredible and absolutely astonishing to see. And obviously now, this being a World Cup knockout match, the winner goes through, the loser goes home, and Brazil has a horrible track record recently against European sides in knockouts. They have not beaten a European side in a knockout game at the World Cup since they last won the tournament in 2002. They've gone out to France, they've gone out to the Dutch, they've gone out to Germany, they've gone out to Belgium, and they've gone out to Croatia. As we see that Vini was actually hugging Haaland, went to have like a personal chat with him. So already our big stars for the day, recognizing each other. Ball recognizes ball, game recognizes game, and yeah, it's gonna be an amazing game. And I think it's gonna be end to end based on what both teams have shown, both being really good offensive sides. Norway escaping a tough game against the Ivory Coast in the round 32, where the Ivory Coast, you could have made the argument that created the most chances, but Norway being more clinical with them. Erling Haaland showing how efficient he is with all of these chances, being one of the top scorers of this World Cup. Same as Vinicius Junior, who helped inspire Brazil despite not scoring on the day to a comeback against Japan in a game that looked very, very complicated for the Brazilians, and they managed to get that stoppage time winner through Gabriel Martinelli. So both teams looking a bit shaky defensively, but looking very good on the offense. I feel like this could be a high-scoring game, and it's anybody's game. So I feel like it's going to be fantastic. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for joining. Titenes, Ankara, Neymar. We'll see if we actually see a bit of Neymar in this match. It would be nice to see the Prince stepping onto the field once again, but I have a sneak feeling that that will not be the case, but we'll have to see, hopefully. Juko Soros, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the stream. Gonna be a sick match. Haaland versus Gabriel, round 4. That as well, I forgot to mention that. You know, they went for many battles, the many times that Manchester City and Arsenal have played each other in the Premier League. And yeah, Gabriel against Haaland is always like an interesting battle that those two seems to have, because Gabriel somehow always ends up marking Haaland, and yeah, they've grown a bit bitter towards each other. Albert, thank you so much for joining. I'm gonna bet on history here. Brazil and England are my shock round of 16 exits. Ooh, we're gonna be doing a watch along later tonight for Mexico against England, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And I don't know, man, those two could happen. That is not the craziest take out there. Mr. Krabs, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back to the stream. Brazil hasn't beaten a European side in a knockout game in the last 5 World Cups. Yes, exactly the thing that I was talking about earlier. It's incredible. Erling Haaland's dad played against Brazil in '98. Yes, these two nations played in the group stage, I believe, back in either the group stage or the round of 16 back in 1998, which was also the last time that Norway qualified for the World Cup before this time around. I don't think like Neymar playing a full half will make a difference for Brazil. I'm being honest, like with how Neymar has been looking in terms of his fitness and the lack of minutes as he's had. I don't think that. I mean, I would love for him to come onto the pitch and provide either a goal or an assist. Like that would be absolute cinema. But I feel like there's gonna be no impact from Neymar in this game. Sad to say. So I don't really agree with that take. Cunha, Vini, Grumo G has been Brazil's best players. Yeah, I mean, I think Marquinhos and Gabriel have been a bit decent in defense. Alisson has had to make a few saves, but besides that, yeah, Vini has been by far their best player. Bruno Guimaraes, ultra underrated, has provided a lot of assists, and Cunha has proven to be the right choice as the striker, obviously ahead of somebody like Igor Thiago. After that, the rest of the Brazilians, like Casemiro has been horrible. The fullbacks have been horrible. Paqueta has been horrible. So like, yeah, not much to write home about with Brazil. No, thank you for tuning in, Albert. I love streaming these games. Like I'm gonna watch the games at home anyway, so I might as well just turn the camera on and stream this for you guys. So just have a bit of a chat and yeah, see what my reaction and your reactions are to the game. Who will stay most humble in this match? That is a really good question. I feel like staying humble is out of the window right now. I think current Neymar offers even more than Paqueta. Paqueta has been so disastrous, and Paqueta has not really been fit either, right? I feel like neither one of them should start at this point. The problem is that Carlo took like no midfielders. He took like what 5 midfielders in total, and like most of them, like you're not gonna play Casemiro and Fabinho together. Both of them are so incredibly washed. Oh my god! So like, I don't know. Brazil. I feel like Carlo has kind of dug himself into a hole with the midfield that he's brought to this tournament. Like Brazil is basically playing with no midfield. They have to hope that they can outscore their opposition every single game, which so far they've been able to do, except against Morocco. But yeah, they scraped past Japan. That was a real scare for the Brazilians. Yeah, I mean, I think that Ancelotti just brought Neymar to escape the media outrage, honestly. Like, I don't think there's anything besides that. As the national anthems play, we're gonna go through the lineups to see what's in store here for us because we have a few changes actually, at least on the side of Brazil, I'm noticing. Obviously, every time I try to turn in my browser, this kind of things happens, but now we are back. Brazil, Alisson in goal. Obviously, the back four stays the same with uh, Douglas Santos. That is Douglas Santos, right? That is his name. Yes, Douglas Santos from Zenit. Gabriel Marquinhos and Danilo. In the double pivot now, Casemiro, Bruno Guimaraes. Nothing surprising there. But now, up front, we have Martinelli actually starting. Obviously, we know that Rafinha was injured and he's probably on the bench at least, but obviously because Lucas Paqueta suffered that injury against Japan, now Martinelli joins the attack alongside Vinicius and Ryan on the wing. So like Martinelli basically playing as that creative number 10, which like, ugh, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like you would much rather have somebody like Luis Enrique or someone like that instead of somebody like Martinelli starting. Obviously, if Neymar was fit, this is the place where he would go. But Martinelli playing on the middle like that looks kind of sus. But I don't know. Martinelli made a good impact when he came on against Japan. He got the winning goal, so maybe that. And obviously Cunha as the striker. Meanwhile, on the side of Norway, Nyland on goal. Then you have Rierson, Ayer, Hegem, and Moller Wolf in the back line. Berge and Berg as the midfield with Martin Odegaard. And then Antonio Nusa, who is like my player to watch. I've been hyping up this guy ever since I saw him at the European qualifiers. I feel like he is going to be key for this matchup. Obviously, Haaland and obviously Sorloth, who despite not scoring at this World Cup, has been pretty good for Norway and has created a lot of space to allow Haaland to get more opportunities. So very, very good lineup on the side of Norway as well. Very offensive driven, not scared to play toe to toe against Brazil, and I don't think they should be. I think that Norway has the credentials and has the capability to disrespect Brazil in this game and try to go for it. Like I think the worst thing you can do against this Brazil side is respecting them too much and allowing them to go at you. So the more end to end this game is, I think that the better it is for Norway. And yeah, they'll be looking forward to trying to outscore their opposition. I feel like this is going to be a high scoring game. Um, I really don't know. I don't really have a horse in this race because obviously my main rivals are Brazil. Like I want Brazil to lose. I'm not gonna hide that, but you know, obviously, to some degree, I want the South American teams to do well, and especially against the European teams. So I don't know. I don't know who I would prefer to win this game. I feel like it's gonna be a 3-2 in either direction. I have no idea who's gonna win it, but it's gonna be an absolute shootout, in my opinion. As I come back here and my camera is frozen, but there we go. But I'm gonna ask the chat because that is more interesting to me. Who do you think will win? Is it gonna be Brazil That is not at all how you type Brazil. I type it with an S in Spanish, but there we go. Or Norway. Who's gonna take it? The Hendrik meme stay alive. Yeah, Hendrik. I mean, we'll see if he comes on for the second half. Like, surely he has to get minutes. Surely. It's either Carnival or Viking funeral for Brazil. Exactly. Adam, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Vamos, Brazil. Martinelli at 10, bomba clat. Ay, ay, ay. It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. But we'll see. Maybe Carlo has cooked up something. We have to believe the eyebrow merchant. So far, like, he's done nothing that would suggest that we have to doubt him in knockout football. But I'm so excited for this one. Like, it's insane. And the stadium, MedLife, which is gonna obviously host the World Cup final on July 19th. Oh, I just realized I don't have like my laptop charger with me, and the game is about to start. Shoot, the game is underway. Let me start the clock. I was gonna have my battery die on me and cut the stream if I didn't. There we go. And we're underway here in MedLife, where most of the crowd seems to be Brazilian, and I imagine that the locals, for the most part, I imagine most of the locals that from the US that don't have a horse in this race would root for Brazil just based on the pedigree and the history of the 5-time World Cup winners. But I see a lot more yellow than red on the stands. But there are a few Norway fans for sure, and they obviously try to group up behind one of the goals that is currently being defended by Nyland. Red Devil Studio, thank you so much for joining. How do you make a phone call and overturn a red? Oh, man. I mean, that is something that we talked about, right? I mean, not in this stream, but like, because the red for Balogun was a bit harsh and didn't really feel like it should have been a red. That the US were kind of protest to try and get the suspension removed for the round of 16 game against Belgium. But then FIFA said, no, you cannot protest a suspension. Like, that is that. But then FIFA are allowed to overrule the suspension themselves if they feel like that's fair. And they did. So, like, by the rules, FIFA did something that they allowed themselves to do. But, like, I don't know, man. I mean, but it was also the case because Otamendi got a red card. Both Otamendi and Moises Caicedo got a red card in the final CONMEBOL qualifier game, playing against each other, and they should have served that suspension in the first game of the World Cup, and FIFA removed that. Also, Cristiano Ronaldo, after he was sent off against Ireland, he had a 3-match suspension that was lifted before the World Cup, so he could play the group stage games. So, like, FIFA has been doing this for a while, where they kind of lifted the suspensions just so that players could play. I don't think that the decision is wrong. It's just how they went about it made it so incredibly sus. Ooh, as Norway come here on the break. Oh, Sorloth to the middle. And is there going to be a goal? That's already... No, the flag is up. Oh, Berg has scored there for Norway, but the flag is up. Already Norway hitting Brazil on the counter. Brazil were scrambling. Obviously, the midfield nowhere to be seen because Casemiro looks like he's on a wheelchair. Yeah, that is obviously offside. Sorloth was offside, no question about it. The ball to their middle gets past Haaland, but Berg comes in to finish it. Had been an amazing finish, top bins to beat Alisson, but the play is allowed for offside because, yeah, Sorloth was out of it. But what a start that would have been for Norway. And yeah, Brazil need to wake up. I don't know, RDS. I'm not entirely sold that Brazil should win this. I mean, should, based on the history, Even though the history says that Norway has the head-to-head and Norway are unbeaten against Brazil, the history, the five-time world champions should tell you that they should win, and based on pedigree, maybe they should win too. But I don't know. Like Norway has been playing, you could argue, better than Brazil so far this tournament, and they've been showing it. And I think that their midfield is also better. So I don't know. I feel like it's a really close game. I feel like it's going to be high scoring too because both teams have struggled defensively. And I mean, you saw there how easily Brazil's midfield got exposed. And then you have the four defenders trying to scramble back towards their box to try and defend. And, when you're scrambling, you give out all that space for the midfielders to step into the box and finish like Berg did. So I don't know. Oh, phone call tactics is absolutely good. That's what That's what Donald was saying. Donald was saying, get it done. Nusa playing for Odegaard. Odegaard looking active here in the first few minutes. And now Sorloth appearing once again on the wing is going to try to put in a cross, takes a deflection on Douglas Santos, and that's going to be a corner for Norway. So far, Norway looking a bit more active here. Haaland is kind of playing dumb on the far post, but obviously Ryan is on him. Why is Ryan marking Haaland? I mean, Ryan is also a tall dude, but why wouldn't you have a center back marking Haaland? Why is Ryan taking care of him? Ryan is just following him everywhere, trying to hug him, but okay, that cross was absolutely horrible, but the ref stops the play and is asking Ryan, to stop to stop hugging that guy. If you keep hugging Haaland, bear hug, it's just gonna be a pen. But that is what all refs said. Like all refs said, "Oh, don't hold that guy, or I'm gonna have to give the pen." But no, they never give the pen. They never do. The only time they did was for Portugal against Croatia. That's the only time they gave a pen for hugging somebody inside the box, which I think is the right call. But I don't understand why they never do it. The refs always warn people to not grab somebody inside the box, but they never punish it. So annoying. Okay, Vini tries to get past Bergbot and gets dispossessed, and here comes Norway once again. Sorloth is very out wide. He's basically stepping on the touchline. Nice touch from Nusa, but I guess he's possessed. But the intensity of Norway's midfield, trying to recover the ball as much as possible, as quickly as possible, and so far Brazil doesn't seem to have a way to respond. Now that was a bit better from Brazil, stepping a bit forward, trying to prevent Norway from playing out from the back. They win a throw in, and let's see if Brazil can at least string a few passes together, a few consecutive passes. Like that is something that may look a bit silly, it kind of feels like you're having mindless possession, but the more you have the ball, your confidence also grows. You feel like you have more control of the game, and it allows you to gain that confidence, like I was saying, to try and create a play. Casemiro stepping forward. Here comes the ball for Ryan. Can Bruno put in a cross? Tries to pass it back for Cunha. Martinelli, he shot gets deflected. And the ball comes back to Bruno. Bruno all the way over to Vini. And what can Vini do against Rierson? Rierson is fighting for it, but doesn't get the ball, and so Vini keeps going. Great touch from Vini. Did that ball cross the line? Apparently it did. And it's out for a goal kick for Norway. But that's kind of what Brazil needs. Get Vini involved, get Bruno involved. Nice little step over from Vini, but he went a bit too far. Ran out of space. 9 minutes gone, and yeah, it's kind of the game that I was expecting. It's very end to end, and the midfield barely gets a chance to participate. Very direct attacking football from both sides. All right, Berge trying to slow down the play a little bit. Finding a teammate. Norway look more like a 4-2-3-1 than a 4-3-3, although Odegaard was dropping very deep right there. And Nusa is appearing more central because the left back. Oh, that is a good ball for Cunha. Martinelli. Oh, is that gonna be a pen? That looked like a pen. That looked like a pen to me. Play on as the ref. Cunha is absolutely furious. That looked like a pen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a dive. This is what I don't get. Like, if refs are so convinced that that is a dive, they need to give a yellow card to the player that's diving. That is a pen. That is a stonewall pen on Cunha. I think that's a pen on Cunha. That has to be a pen on Cunha. Like, there's no way. He has to go to the monitor. Norway losing the ball in the midfield, and suddenly Brazil launch forward. Great pass from Bruno over to Cunha. And Cunha inside the box gets brought down. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Ay caramba gets translated to, oh my god, that's kind of crazy. The point I was making earlier was that because the left back, well, I've forgotten his name, for Moller Wolf, is playing so close to the touchline, Nusa is actually, and it's also pushing so much forward. Nusa is actually playing more central, much closer to Haaland, while the left back pushes forward, trying to do those overlapping runs. And yeah, Ayer straight up brings Cunha down. Like, that is the clearest penalty I've ever seen. I don't know how the ref missed that. Like, me sitting here like 3 meters away from my screen on a small TV, like, I was able to figure out that was a penalty from the first, like, live. Like, Albert, am I crazy for saying that is the, and yeah, pen, he gave it. Like, that was such an obvious penalty. Mr. Krabs, that was so obvious. That was kind of insane how they didn't see that the first time. Ayer just clocks him down. And yeah, Nusa gets pressed in by Ryan. Ryan recovering the ball and passing it to Bruno, who assists Cunha, and Berg just brings him down inside the box. Like, all right, so who takes this? Vini, right? Surely. Oh, Vini gives it to Bruno. Okay, Bruno Guimaraes is gonna take this. Right behind the goal, all the Norwegian fans trying to hype up Nyland to make this save on Bruno Guimaraes. This would be huge for Brazil after the disallowed goal and Norway having a few minutes where they looked good. To go in front this early would be amazing for the 5-time champions. Bruno takes a few deep breaths, a few too many deep breaths. Here comes, stops, and that's a save by Nyland. Oh my god! Bruno with the stutter, but Nyland doesn't flinch. He didn't move. And then he tries to square it. But that was a poor penalty. That was poor from Bruno. He didn't square it enough. It wasn't close to the post. It went a bit too central, and so the moment that Nyland got the direction right, he was able to make that save. I don't understand. Like, I really thought that it was gonna be Vini, but that is a very poor pen from Bruno. They haven't even shown the replay, but I know that it wasn't close to the post. It went very much to the middle, just barely to the side. And also because you're not trying to cross it, it doesn't have enough power. The moment that Nyland got it where the ball was going, that was an easy save. Like, props to the goalkeeper for getting it right and for not starting and for not flinching after the stutter step. But yeah, that is not good from Bruno. Not good. Muka, thank you so much for joining. I don't understand why didn't Vini take it. But even then, Bruno should be doing better than that. We know that he has some technical ability at least. Surely you can take a better pen than that. Wow, what an electric start to the game. A disallowed goal for Norway, a missed penalty for Brazil. Patrick, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Yeah, Martinelli. Even Martinelli could have taken it. Like, uh, Brazil has so many good penalty takers. I mean, they give it to Bruno of all people. Ryan trying to push forward, and that shot is going absolutely Norway, but Norway, no, nowhere, but into the Norway stand. Norway's coach giving some indications to Nusa. Let's see what Nusa can do to get himself more involved into the game, because he was, like I was saying, playing a bit too central. But even then, he was not getting much for the ball. That's fair. I hope you enjoy your time for the 4th of July. Timber doesn't score that penalty. Like, come on. Timber's penalty has to be top 5 worst penalties I've ever seen, Albert. Like, there's no way. R9 was like, I should have been on that pitch taking that penalty. Like, what has Brazil devolved into? Look at how they massacred my boy. Where's Rivaldo? Like, why is Bruno G starting for Brazil? Rafinha, yeah, like, because now you have Martinelli playing as the 10. Like, that just looks so cursed. You have no Neymar, you have no Rafinha, you have no, as bad as he is, you have no Paqueta, who at least can play that role, but now you have Martinelli as the 10. No, he did not get a yellow, because whenever it's a penalty, oh, hold on, here's a counter for Brazil. Vini spreading out wide. Is Vini gonna find something? That is a great cross. Ooh, cleared away by Norway's defense. And now here comes the response with Nusa. What is Nusa gonna do? Nusa's gonna slow down and pass it backwards. Muka, the way it works, you know that if you are stopping a clear chance, um, if you stop a clear chance, like with a tactical foul or with whatever, you get given a yellow card, even if the foul wasn't that intense. And if you stop like straight up 1-on-1 with the keeper or something like that, you get a red card, right? Um, when the situation takes place inside the box and it leads to a penalty, you go down on the scale of that of those punishments. So if there's a 1-on-1 and you don't try to play the ball and you commit a penalty instead of a red card, that gets downgraded to a yellow card. And if you stop a clear chance instead of a yellow card, you get no card and the penalty gets given. So like when it's a penalty, those punishments get downgraded one step. That is how it works in the rule book. So that's why Ayer didn't get a yellow card. In that instance, yes, if Cunha goes through, he's 1-on-1 with Nyland. But there's an attempt from Ayer to play the ball. Like he dives trying to go for the ball. He's not just trying to foul Cunha. So because there's an earnest attempt to go for the ball, that should be a yellow card. And because it's in the box and it leads to a penalty, no card gets given. Okay, but at least Martinelli is not wearing the number 10 jersey. He's just playing in the number 10 position. The cursed 10. It just looks wrong. Like when you look at FootMob or whatever and you see the formation, you think that it's glitched or something. Why is Martinelli playing in the middle? Most of the people in the chat had Norway winning this game, and I think most of them are gonna be relieved that Bruno missed that penalty. 67% of you, 4 out of 2, think that Norway is gonna win. The other 2, the other third, going with Brazil, with the 5-time champions, looking for the ever so elusive Hexa. Sorlot's trying to make a run in behind, but Briarson not really spotting it. Norway are keeping more possession, trying to play a bit more slow, prodding away at Brazil. Brazil waiting in a 4-4-2 behind, outside of the box. Norway not really finding a way through so far. The tactical setup by Brazil looks solid. If Norway is going to hurt Brazil, I feel like they have a better chance on transition. I'm not confident in this team either, Albert. I don't feel like this Brazil team is it. The thing is, they can beat, they definitely can beat Norway. And if they will go to the quarterfinals, they can definitely beat either England or Mexico. They can win those games. And honestly, if they go to the semis, I think that they are underdogs against somebody like Argentina, but they can beat us, honestly, like on their day. And if we have a stinker like against Cabo Verde, like they can beat us. And if it is somebody like Colombia, like they can beat Colombia. So like suddenly Brazil is in the final and then it's anybody's game, right? So even though this team doesn't feel like it's it and they can lose today, they can also win today. Like there are so many 50-50 matches ahead of them that if they flip the coin correctly enough times, they could be in a final. Yo, why is Vinny no pens translated to come don't think? That's crazy. Me neither. Like he SSB, by the way, thank you so much for joining. I don't understand why Bruno took it. Is there a way to deactivate like the translator thingy? Hold on. I don't see a way to that like deactivate the translator thingy. Oh, let's just reset everything. Now we have this stupid block here. See, because this stupid translator keeps messing up everything. Thank you, Teddy, for joining. Hello to you. Oh, this is a good counter attack for Brazil. Here comes Ryan. Is there gonna be another pen? No, says the ref. Play on. Cunha appealing for another pen. This one didn't look like a pen, to be fair. This one didn't look like a pen. Norway will win. We'll see, we'll see. I feel like it's going to be extremely close. I expect it to be high scoring. So far, well, there was a disallowed goal and a missed penalty, so... Haaland versus Vini, hell yeah. The commercial of Guarana, and it had Diego Maradona. He had a dream he was Brazilian. Oh, I don't remember that. I mean, that kind of rings a bell, but I don't fully picture it. You think we will get copyright strike if I showed it during halftime? Even Cunha could have taken it. We were talking about it, like Vini, Cunha, Martinelli. They had so many players that could have taken that penalty ahead of Bruno. Why is Channing Tatum playing instead of Haaland? That's crazy. Haaland hasn't touched the ball yet, I think. But he only needs to touch the ball once. Wasn't Haaland who said that his dream was to touch 2 balls, pause, and score 2 goals? I think that was it, right? It was something like that. Odegaard having to play versus Gabriel must be strange for him. Yeah, but Haaland playing against Gabriel feels like right at home. You know, Mr. Krabs, when I think of Garana, I only think of Silk Song because of the character that goes Garana. I was brain rotted when Silk Song came out. I didn't even play the game, but I was just my feed was brain rotted at that point with Silk Song content. Yeah, Klopp is back. He's gonna be managing Germany, and I think it's an exciting time for Germany. I love Jurgen so much, so I mean, I hate the German national team, but I love Jurgen, so I wish Jurgen nothing but the best. I just hope that Germany don't win. Haaland is better than Kane in terms of finishing. Oh, absolutely. Two very different kind of strikers. So like, there's Kane offers you more in other areas, but in my team, I would prefer to have Haaland and have somebody else provide. Nusa gets dispossessed. Nusa struggling to find an impact in the game so far because he's receiving the ball so far away from the opponent's box as we finally go into the hydration break. Muka will be okay with your team winning, fair enough. Odegaard has to deal with that, you know. But the thing is, like, in the corner, Ryan was the one marking Haaland, shockingly enough. Like, I don't understand why Ryan was marking Haaland. This Balogun thing is baffling. We talked about it a bit at the start of the stream. I agree with the decision. I just don't agree with how they went about it. Like, I think that that red card was really harsh on Balogun. But, like, the way they went about it, saying first stating that the US couldn't appeal the suspension and then revoking the suspension themselves, like a full day afterwards, made not even like a full day, like 1 or 2 days afterwards, like made everything um, so incredibly confusing. But like we were talking about, like they've done this before. They've done it for Otamendi. They did it for Caicedo. They did it for Cristiano Ronaldo before the World Cup. So like they revoked those suspensions just because of the World Cup. The thing with Klopp is he does well for a few seasons and then loses energy with his teams. I mean, but what was remaining of his Liverpool side was able to win the Premier League under the first season with Slot. And then when Slot got his signings and got his tactics, everything went to shit for Liverpool. But Slot basically won the Premier League with Jurgen's team. Advertisement break, excuse me, my bad. If I'm Belgium, I'm protesting. But FIFA has said that you cannot protest the suspension, so I don't know, you're kind of screwed. Germany and Argentina could have done the switch since the 2014 World Cup. Oh, they have done the switch. Kinda, yeah, it feels like it. No Red, thank you so much for joining. Speaking of the devil, wonder who would have more fans in Brazil, Argentina semifinal at the stadium. It would be 50-50 in my opinion. Because obviously there are more Brazilian fans, but the Argentinian fans are just crazy. They're going to pack that place. I feel like it would be 50-50. I want a first time World Cup winner, but a bit unlikely. I mean, who are your best bets? Like Portugal, Morocco, Norway is like feels like a huge stretch. After that, like I don't know, Mexico, USA. Like at that point, I feel like you're stretching it. I feel like Portugal and Morocco. I think Morocco is honestly your best bet because I trust Morocco more than Portugal these days. I feel like Morocco is a better shout than Portugal at this point. What about the ref who made the bad decision to give Balgan a red? He should be held accountable. No, because they kept the red card, but they just removed the suspension. But like that is wild because they kind of agreed that the ref was right in giving him a red, but then said that he shouldn't be suspended. So like it's really weird how FIFA went about it. Rank tells Caloni to be here in 4 years because High and the cluster is coming. Like I said before, I wish Jurgen nothing but the best because I love the man, but I hate the German national team. Oh, how did that not go in? Oh, Vinny with an amazing play. Oh, that is awful from Bruno. What is he doing? Bruno trying to put in a cross after the whole play, and it went absolutely nobody. But Vinny escaping down the left hand side, cutting inside the box, really close to the touchline. Vinny's on side. And Nyland with his leg. Oh, it wasn't Vini, it was Martinelli actually. I don't know how I got them mixed up because Martinelli somehow appeared on the left where Vini usually was. That was horrible commentating by me. And Martinelli tries to put it across for somebody to tap it in, and it touches the leg of Nyland, and it bounces out. From the first camera angle, it kind of looked like it would bounce right in as a known goal. The hell, like my. Oh, it's here. Trump probably threatened Infantino. Look, people, if we're gonna get like our tinfoil hats on, like we just gotta, I don't know. Obviously, there's been corruption in football, and like it'd be really silly to pretend like there has never been corruption in football, but like, and Trump has every like motive to try and rig this World Cup for the US, right? But like I said, FIFA has done this kind of decision before, and they've given themselves the right to do that. So like, I agree with the decision. I just don't agree with how they went about it. And if we're gonna get our conspiracy theories out there and put in our tinfoil hats and think that everything that benefits the US is because of Trump, like I don't know. Imagine a world where FIFA was run correctly. Oh, it would be precious. Honestly, bring back Blatter. Like Blatter wasn't this bad. Infantino is absolutely awful for the game. He's destroying the sport. Blatter was corrupt, yes, but at least he let football still be football. Taylor Swift thought about it was a good idea to have her wedding during Argentina versus Cabo Verde. Oh gosh. Infantino has been spending more jet fuel than Taylor Swift lately. Oh, that is a great move from Vinny. Vinny is now appearing on the right. That's why I got so confused. You take Platini over Infantino? Well, didn't Platini's case for corruption get dropped or something like that? I don't remember how it went down. JC in the stadium. Are we repping JC these days? Are we really? Pretty much everybody agreed that he was on the island, right? I think this Morocco team is better than the Morocco in 2022. I've been saying this a couple of times as Alisson has to come off the box to kick that ball away. Yeah, I miss Blatter too. Like it's as insane as that is because the man was extremely crook and corrupt. But ever since FIFA Gate, the US and the Arab countries have taken a chokehold on FIFA and have been running the sport as they want. The game has been sold to the US and oil money. Great turn from Haaland, trying to body his way through and find a teammate. But Berg is not going to find Nusa. And now here comes the counter-attack from Brazil. This game is end-to-end. There's absolutely no midfield. I expected it to be this way, but I would have expected at least 1 or 2 goals by this point, at least. Ryan, great move from Vini. Vini trying to shoot, gets blocked by Ayer, and Norway recover the ball and have to clear it away. Where are all these Juve guys running FIFA? Not sure. Airline economy this summer. Ryan for Bruno. A cross gets intercepted, but Brazil slowly growing into the game. It could go to extra time. This could be another game. Like, I expected Brazil-Japan to go to extra time, but obviously then Martinelli scored the last-minute dagger. Nusa has space. Can Nusa have a look here? Nusa trying to put in a through ball for Odegaard. Odegaard inside the box. Trying to cut back inside. Odegaard with the shot. Hits the side netting. Good attempt from Odegaard. Ancelotti has said in the pre-match interview that Vini and Martin Kelly will switch sides. What? Oh, Martinelli, excuse me. Yeah, we saw it here happening. I hadn't heard that pre-match interview. Like saying living in prison over living in the streets, exactly. But I'd rather be in. Would I rather be in prison over the streets? I don't know. That prison doesn't sound like a nice place. Not gonna lie. Hydrogen bomb versus spider. It's more like coughing baby versus coughing baby. It's the other way around. It's like the two bad options. Like a philosopher like Mourinho or Cantona. What if Arsene Wenger took over FIFA? Like since he's already linked with the whole federation, like he's already working there. What if Arsene Wenger took over? In prison, you get free food. That's right. In Argentina, you get a full-on salary if you're in prison. Like they pay you to be in prison. Nusa with the cross finds Haaland, tries to. That was a cheeky finish from Haaland. Like imagine he scores as just trying to chip it over Alisson. But that's an easy catch for the Liverpool goalkeeper. It's real, Albert. It's real. I remember Argentina and Germany always played each other at the World Cups until the 2018 World Cup. Yes, I mean that's where my trauma came from. You know, I wasn't like I was alive, but I wasn't sentient about football in 2006 when they eliminated us. But then 2010 and 2014 were like some of my first football traumas with the German national team. Yeah, Tari, but giving the fans a say means giving up power, and FIFA are never gonna give power. Like they have pretty much dictatorial power over football, so they're never gonna give that up. All right, free kick for Norway. After that, a foul from Martinelli on Berge. So far, it's been an entertaining game. Like the only thing we've been missing is goals. We had a goal disallowed for offside for Norway at the very start of the game. I mean, the Wenger law for offside, like this is what I always say. I would like to see it implemented for like a season and see how it does, but at the end of the day, you're still drawing the line somewhere. Like the same way that now you can be offside by a toe, then with the Wenger law, you can have somebody be onside by a toe. And at that point, you know, you're going to have a lot more goals, but you're not going to have less controversy because you're still drawing a line somewhere, and I believe that you need to draw a line somewhere, because if not, you start to make the offside rule subjective in a game where already most of the decisions are subjective to the referee. So like you need to make the offside cut and clear what is offside and what isn't. I feel like nothing would change. I feel like it would still be a line and you're either behind the line or you're not. So I don't know. It should be clear cut, but it is clear cut right now. It is. Because it's just a straight line. And if you're offside by a toenail, I'm sorry, you're offside by a toenail, but it's the same for everybody. It's clear cut and easy to understand. The Wenger law would be the same, but the opposite. I will go to prison in Argentina if I ever get a visit then. No, not saying that, but like, it's kind of crazy. It's not a good salary, but it is a salary for like committing a crime. Vini cannot get past Rierson this time around, but oh, that is a good recovery. Vini once again inside the box gets past Rierson. That's an amazing save by Nyland. First shot that Vini has on target and saved by Nyland. Odegaard getting dispossessed by Vini. The ball reaches Martinelli, who assists Vini inside the box. Great pass from Martinelli, maybe showing that he can be a playmaker. Vini that gets past Rierson, and the shot on the near post gets saved by Nyland. They play the corner quickly, and here comes Vini inside the box. Dispossessed once again. Nusa cannot play on though. What did Usima get translated from? Nyland. Why is this getting translated? I don't know. I was trying to see if I could like. I don't know. I cannot. Does anybody know how to? Does anybody know how to deactivate the translator in the chat? I find it annoying that I cannot. I do not know what you guys are talking about unless I put my mouse over it. Yeah, Vini has been cooking for Brazil. This is exactly what we asked of Vini, who drops stinker after stinker for the Brazilian national team. He's finally stepping up this World Cup. Amazing performance all around. Why Euro 2028 specifically? Euro 2028 is going to be in the UK, right? Or did I get that wrong? Ah, thanks for that, Patrick. All right, Nusa finding a bit of space. That's a good through ball for Haaland, but Haaland is a bit away from the box. Oh, Odegaard cutting inside, takes a deflection, and that's going to be a corner for Norway. That was scary for Brazil when Haaland received the ball with a bit of space, but he didn't try to go for a shot from the outskirts of the box. Instead, he assisted Odegaard. Usually it's the other way around. Odegaard trying to cut to the near post and gets blocked. Now it's out for a corner. Too many hosts again. Oh, UK, Ireland. I mean, UK. The UK and Ireland. Scotland is part of the UK. So England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, all of the UK and Ireland. Berg with the cross, cleared away. Yeah, and we're not gonna see an all UK World Cup for a long time because the 2030 World Cup is already in. You saw that because the 2030 World Cup is gonna be in Europe, Africa because of Morocco, and South America because of the 3 games that they are giving Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. That has obviously already led to Saudi Arabia being announced as AFC host of the 2034 World Cup. But that means that for 2030, what would it be? 2038? For 2038, South America, Europe, Africa, and Asia are all non-eligible. So that leaves OFC or CONCACAF. And OFC is only New Zealand because Australia is technically AFC. So that would only leave North America once again to host the 2034 World Cup. And that means that the USA would host the World Cup again after just 12 years. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. No, Infantino's decision making is not bad. It's driven by money, and that leads to a worse experience for both the players and the fans. This World Cup has been amazing, but not because of the changes that Infantino made. Although I will give him his players. I feel like the 48 team format, which I was heavily doubting, has proven to be really entertaining because a lot of these nations are really competitive, and we have an extra knockout run, which more football. So the 48 team format, I feel like has been extremely successful, but the rest of the decisions have been made purely for money, and it ruins the experience for the fans and the players. But from his perspective, are good decisions because it makes him the most profit. RDS, this is what Brazil has looked like for the past 4 years. After they went out to Croatia in 2022, it has been downhill for Brazil. This is what they looked like. I mean, even if you watch them at this World Cup, you saw what they looked like against Morocco. You saw what they looked like even against Haiti. Yes, they won the game 3-0, but they were creating very few chances. Like Haiti were just bunkering down and they were soaking up the pressure for most of that game. If Scotland didn't make those individual mistakes, I think that is a harder game for Brazil. And then they really, really struggled against Japan. That first half was all Japan, and then only when Japan parked the bus in the second half, Brazil were able to grow into the game and turn it around. But Brazil have no creativity in the midfield. Their midfield is super slow, and they rely only on their wingers to produce a moment of magic. And if they don't, they kind of have nothing. Brazil have been like this whole time. This is why I think that this is a really close game. Because even as Norway don't have the best individual quality, don't have a great defense, but they have the individuals and the attack to really go at Brazil. And the midfield, honestly, they may have a better midfield than Brazil, as crazy as it sounds. The Club World Cup was really entertaining, though, Tari. I love the Club World Cup in its current format, even though it's crazy to have players playing that amount of games after a grueling season. The top players just don't get a break because you have to play your continental competition, that be the Euros, AFCON, or the Copa America or whatever. Another year you have to play the Club World Cup. Another year you have to play the World Cup. So the players just don't get a break in what is supposed to be their vacations during the summer break. They never get a break. I mean, I think Australia, if they invest into it, they could host a World Cup or co-host with New Zealand like they did for the Women's World Cup. But because Saudi Arabia is already going to take AFC, if FIFA counts Australia as part of AFC, and I think it would be in their best interest to do so, then the only option is to go back to the US. And in terms of profit and obviously political reasons, it's better for them to rule out Australia as part of AFC, and therefore, because Saudi Arabia has hosted in 2034, in 2038, they have to go back to the US. Oh, Haaland trying to push against Gabriel. Odegaard strips the ball. That is an amazing save by Alisson, though. Odegaard trying to go low on that, and Alisson catches onto it. Odegaard's finish could have been a bit better, to be fair. But Haaland just bullying his way against Marquinhos and Gabriel. What a beast that Haaland is. I think I'm surprising nobody with that statement. But amazing from Haaland to bully the ball away from the Brazilian defenders. And then Odegaard's finish could have been a bit better on Alisson there. I would not go as far as saying that Ancelotti doesn't have tactics, but this Brazilian team looks all over the place. It's just vibes. Guys, I know everybody wants to say Neymar. I want to see Neymar as well. In his current form, Neymar is not the solution to this Brazil team. We have to be real with ourselves. Yeah, AFCON having to be shifted for the Club World Cup was a disaster. Yeah, I agree on that. I believe it is the same Berg that was at Bodo Glimt. I know that Norway have a few Bodo Glimt players. Oh, that is a great pass. Ooh! Martinelli trying to get to the ball with a header. Does not get a touch on it. And it goes past the goal line. Let us be delusional. I have to be real with you. You guys can be delusional. But I, as a content creator and the guy, the voice of reason during this stream, I have to be real with you guys. And I hate to break the news to you, but Neymar is not making a difference even if he comes into this game. All right, one more minute before halftime. I'm surprised that this game is still nil-nil with how end-to-end it has been. Obviously with the missed penalty and the disallowed goal, but like it's insane that this game is nil-nil. Both teams have had chances, both teams have been pushing forward. There's barely been any time spent with the ball in the midfield, and most of it has been Norway. Norway has been the only one that has tried to string in a few passes instead of just attack, attack, attack. Brazil has tried to be super direct. Oh, Albert, HH has to stay awake. Like, he didn't stay awake for Argentina against Cabo Verde. For England, Mexico, he has to stay awake. There's no way that there is no hangout after England, Mexico. Neymar, the prince who couldn't become king. No, Rad. I believe England will edge past Mexico. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. And I can see a world where Mexico knock out England. I just feel like somehow, some way, somebody in England is going to step up, like Kane, like Bellingham. Somebody in England is going to appear when the going gets tough and bring them the victory against Mexico. I feel like that's what's going to happen as the ref blows the whistle for halftime. It's not a crazy take to say that Mexico will win. Like, if you think that Mexico will win, like, I don't have the arguments to defend England. I just feel like England will do it somehow. All right, chat. I'm gonna go get myself a coffee. I need you guys to tell me what did you think of that first half, and who do you think that's gonna come on for second half to change things for either team. And you're not allowed to say Neymar, okay? I'm watching you very closely. I'll be back in a minute. Take what you want, but don't play games with my affection. It's so cold. It's so freaking cold here in Argentina. Like, you guys have no idea. Today's like cold, rainy day here in Buenos Aires. And listen, I'm Team Winter. Like, I prefer cold over intense heat every day of the week. But there comes a point where it's just too much, man. I don't want to be at home wearing a full-on tracksuit because it was a polar winter or something. Nay, stop it, Albert. He's not coming back. Deal with it. Move on. Haven't lost a Sky City Azteca since 2013. Really? I feel like they've lost before in the qualifiers. I know they have never lost a World Cup game at the Azteca. But I feel like they lost a game at the Azteca more recently. But I don't know. I'll trust you on that. You need Mexico to knock out England. I need England to knock out Mexico. Chad, like, most of you guys are lucky that you don't have to deal with Spanish Twitter. Because I know that the same thing that you guys suffer in English Twitter with England fans being too arrogant despite not winning anything, I have to deal with Mexicans in Spanish Twitter. You cannot imagine how arrogant the Mexicans will be if they beat England. You have no idea, and you guys will get your banter, and you guys you get to make fun of England while I hear how to sit dealing with all the Mexicans on my feed, telling me that they are winning the World Cup and telling me that Messi's a fraud or whatever. It's not Ochoa's Mexico anymore, Albert. Don't sell your agenda. And Ochoa is not even there anymore. I mean, he is on the bench. Mora does it to England in 2026. Honestly, that would be absolute cinema. I cannot even hate on that. Let me check on the stats of this game a little bit. My freaking cameraman. What did this look like? So yeah, most of the possession went to Norway. Obviously, Brazil have more XG, but this is mostly because of the penalty. If we were to look at non-penalty XG, it's actually in Norway's favor, but it's very close. This chip from Haaland, I mean, was it really 0.45 XG on target? I didn't think that chance was that good. Here's the chance from Odegaard that gets saved. And then, yeah, not really much from Norway. Obviously, the penalty here. This shot from Vini was really good. These are chances. Yeah, like this wasn't really doing it for me, for Brazil. Neither team has been amazing going forward, honestly. But obviously, Brazil with the clearest chance here on the pen. 3 big chances missed, says Fulmo. That looks a bit harsh. Like, I think that this from Vini is a clear chance. And besides that, like, what else is a clear chance? I don't know. .5 on Vini looks really harsh. I feel like Vini has been one of Brazil's best players, if not their best player this first half. Ryan has been playing really well, to be fair. I like Ryan a lot. Ryan is showing up this World Cup. Hold on, let me look at this other thing. Wasted Bananas, thank you so much for joining. Brazil does kinda suck. I don't think this Brazil team is it. LA is basically Mexican and the banter is non-stop. I believe you. Like that. It must be awful. I cannot imagine. Eshan, thank you so much for joining. I imagine it's gonna be an England head watch for you. Everybody who's gonna be here, everybody who stays awake, make sure to tune in to the England-Mexico watch-along that we're gonna have later today. We're gonna take a small break after this game and then come back for England against Mexico. It's gonna be absolute cinema, and I kind of need England to win so I can use social media until Mexico play again. Like I don't want England to win, but Mexico winning would feel like a nightmare. Maradona, what an. I'm trying to see if this is not like controversial or anything. What is this, man? Like, what the heck? This is awesome. Hold up. I don't know. I feel like surely they're not gonna copyright strike me for something like this, right? Surely not. Hold on. Let me turn on the speaker for this.
Caramba, qué pesadelo.
Qué pesadelo.
Creo que estoy bebiendo mucho Guaraná Antártica.
Guaraná Antártica e seleção brasileira. Ninguém faz igual.
Nah. That was legendary. Like, you freaking wakes up in a cold sweat. What the heck? Legendary. You know, Maradona used to have like his own talk show here in Argentina when
Data annotate.
Shut the fuck. He used to have like his own talk show during the 90s called La Noche del 10. And there was one day where he was able to invite, hold on, let me pull this up right here, none other than Pele. Pele came to his talk show. And legendary moment.
Gracias, don Rey. Ahora, tengo un sueño. Tengo un sueño más. Un sueño más con usted. O con vos. Si me permitís tutearte, ¿no?
Tú te puedes llamar.
No, tutearte no es putearte. Tutearte. Tutearte.
Es que no entendí bien.
Ah, no.
No he entendido
tutearte.
bien.
Es tutear, es ser un poco más cordial. No. No, el respeto ante todo. El sueño mío es poder hacer un par de cabezas con usted.
Pues será que lo hacemos.
Dale.
Carajo.
A ver.
¿A qué hora vamos a parar? ¿A qué hora vamos a parar? ¿A qué hora vamos a parar? Vamos a quedar aquí.
Muchas gracias.
Incredible. Oh, hold on. This is a legendary one too, but because the players are walking out for the second half, I think I'm gonna keep this one to myself, and we're gonna keep this one for the Mexico-England watch-along. This next video, we're keeping it for the England-Mexico. So if you wanna see this clip of very early Messi, very young Messi, when he was first breaking out into the scene, you're gonna have to wait and tune into the Mexico-England watch-along. So yeah, because now the players are walking back out for the second half. And Oscar Bov and Sheldrup are subbing in for Norway. Nusa was subbed out. I don't think Messi would ever have a talk show, but Ronaldo already has a YouTube channel. So imagine Ronaldo after he retires, he keeps his YouTube channel and invites Messi for a collab one day. Absolute cinema. Do you think Ronaldo would invite Messi? Maybe. To be fair, as much as I rate him, Nusa was absolutely invisible that first half. We'll see if Oscar Bob or Sheldrup can make a difference for Norway as we are underway here for the second half. Norway against Brazil. 0-0 currently in New Jersey for a spot in the quarterfinals. Oh, Ryan cutting inside. Shot gets deflected. Ryan, I said that Vini was one of Brazil's best players in the first half, but Ryan looked really good. Ryan has been one of the surprises this World Cup. Like, he had already played a few games for Brazil, but my word, I think that nobody expected him to be this good. Yeah, clear handball there from Ryan. That's a free kick for Norway. My 3-2 prediction is looking not so good right now. Because the second half, it's only been 3 minutes, but it seems to have slowed down relative to the first. And the fact that they didn't score a single goal in the first half is already absolutely crazy. The press from Brazil is like very high up, but not that intense, so Norway just kinda get to pass the ball through it. That's good from Berg, but that shot is horrible. Berg did well breaking through the lines, but that shot went to the third row stands. Like, that was so bad. The Azteca will be difficult for England. Yes, I agree, Patrick. Norway just needs to find Haaland once. That's all they need to do. If they find Haaland once, they win. Nice back heel from Odegaard. That's going to be a throw-in for Norway. No fouls as a ref on Ryerson. Wow. I thought, yeah, Ryerson was getting tackled basically. Bob and Ryerson trying to link up, but they're finding it hard to get past Douglas Santos of all people. Ooh, that was a dangerous pass over to Casemiro. Casemiro is so slow, man. It's crazy how slow this man is. How is he in a World Cup? Now loses on the header as well, Martinelli. And the ball returns to Norway's feet. Odegaard is appearing, but too far away from the box to really make a difference. Berg needs to do better in that regard. Norway really slowing down the play here. They're taking the time, keeping possession, kind of like they did in the first half. But them not having an extra gear is allowing Brazil to set up defensively for now. Their 4-4-2 looks very solid. There's little space in between the lines, but Norway finds it anyway. Wolf with the cross, cleared away by Marquinhos. It's gonna be difficult like that for Norway. Like, they need to play faster. Like, Norway may have the ball now, but the more I watch the game, the more I feel like Brazil may have a chance. Because Brazil have been playing more direct, but here comes Haaland just pulling his way through. Like, if nobody's gonna do it, he'll do it himself. But once again, Sheldrop getting dispossessed. Alright, Vini now. Douglas Santos with the overlap. Vini's just gonna go for the 1v1, gets past Rierson and gets inside the box, cutting inside, and that's gonna be a goal kick, I think. I think that's a goal kick. But Ayer is protesting because apparently they gave the corner. I thought that he touched Vini last after he touched Ayer. And I think when he touched Vini, it was already out of play. I think it is a corner. It is a corner, actually. I think that when it bounced back on Vini, the ball was already out of play. So yeah, corner for Brazil. Mateus Cunha gonna take it. Why is our striker taking our set pieces, man? But okay. Cunha to deliver the cross. Cunha crosses it into the near post. The ball gets all around the box, but eventually Norway gets to it. And now Sheldon playing backwards. And again, Norway, I feel like they're a bit too stale at the moment. I mean, Brazil are flat, but Norway have not been doing much either. Norway seem very content playing slow. But I think Norway needs to realize that this Brazil team ain't all that, and if you manage to punch a hole in their defense, you could really go at them, but for that you need to play faster. Ooh, and Oscar Bob now. You have Rierson, yeah, Rierson to your right. But then Rierson and Odegaard just passing backwards again. Where's the way through for Norway? Where's the movement of the ball? Oscar Bob, nice turn. Nice turn from Bob. Sheldrup. Is he gonna cut inside? No, he tries to put in a cross. Cleared away, but Sheldrup gets the ball again. Sheldrup surrounded by two players, and that's gonna be a throwing for Brazil. Okay, they recover the ball. I'm nervous, Chad. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, and I don't even have a horse in this race. It's just a really tense game. Alright, now the throwing is for Norway, close to the box. I wonder if they're gonna try to put it in like a cross. No, they're just gonna play it back. The way that they were setting that up, it seemed like they were gonna put a cross with the throwing, but I guess they were just time wasting, which I don't understand why Norway is time wasting. I guess Norway, judging by Haaland's interview, Norway still has kind of that inferiority complex. The weather looks really bad for England, Mexico. They said that they were gonna delay the game, but then they went back on their decision, and we'll see if the match ends up getting delayed. Oh, Endrick! He's actually subbing in Endrick. Chat. Cunha being subbed out, huh? Mateus Cunha subbed out, and Endrick comes in. Chat, he did it. He's out of the basement. He has seen the sunlight once again. Pele Junior. Bobby Charlton is in. This match reeks of extra time and penalties, but I want this to end in regular time. If it's gonna continue like this, I hope it ends in 90 minutes. If it is like the first half, which was really entertaining and end to end, oh, give me extra time. But with how they've been playing the second half, which has been really slow, especially because Norway have had possession and kind of doing nothing with it, I'd rather seeing it end in regular time. I can't lie. And here comes Vini in the counter. That is a good ball for Endrick. Endrick on the one-on-one. Is Endrick gonna do it? Is Endrick? No, Endrick, what was that? Endrick, no! Endrick, no! What is that finish? Alright, Carlo, I'm sorry. You were right all along. Carlo, you were right. Sub him off. Sub him off. Sub him off. That was awful. Oh, that touch. Oh. That final touch that he took was a bit too long, and so then he really had to hurry that finish to try and beat Nyland. Nyland was already too close by that point. I don't know why he didn't try to shoot earlier, but he took one more touch, and so Nyland got so close that he needed to finish that quickly, and straight up missed the target. Bruh, exactly, no right foot. He tried to finish, just slap it away with the other side of his left. He has no right foot. Oh my gosh, Enrique, my man. No. Bobby Charlton wouldn't be proud. Bobby wouldn't approve. Damn. That was it for Brazil. After Norway had all the possession. Oh, and now the long ball for Haaland. Another guy needs to want to catch it. Oscar Bob. And Norway has space here. Oscar trying to dribble past. No, it's gonna get beat by Gabriel. Hendrik getting translated to one thing. It's like SSB saying he has no right foot. But why did he try to shoot earlier then? Like, why did he take another touch? That extra touch that he took allowed Nyland to come off his line. Oh, that shot from Vinicius just not it. Hendrik actually. Oh, he forces Hendrik forces a corner actually. Alright. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's making things happen. Like, since he's come on, he had a one-on-one and now he's forced a corner, alright? That miss was really bad, but he's making things happen. Before Hendrik came on, Brazil was nowhere near Nyland. Give him the benefit of the doubt. At least he's making something happen. Yo, shout out to the Brazilian fan with the Liverpool scarf. Alright, Bruno G. With the corner on the far post, punched away by Nyland. And Oscar Borg completes the clearance. Douglas Santos on the ball, puts in another cross. Ryan with the shot, saved by Nyland. Saved by Nyland again. Great shot from Ryan to try and force a mistake. And Nyland with great reflexes. Denying Brazil once again. And it all comes back to Bruno missing that penalty in the first half. How different could this game have been if Brazil had taken an early lead? Okay, but Brazil has really grown into the game now. Those first... Oh, Vini getting past. Rierson once again. Casemiro. Oh, that is a good ball for Ryan. Inside the box, another save by Nyland. It was offside anyway, but oh my god, Nyland with a save on Bruno. Whew. Casemiro may have looked slow, but puts in this long pass for Ryan over the top. Ryan is just offside. If Casemiro had been a bit quicker with that, Ryan there heads it in for Bruno. And an amazing stop from Nyland. Coming just off the side of this other save on Ryan before. Who the heck is this guy? Oh, Arsnes. Being subbed in for Rierson. Is Arsnes more defensive than Rierson? Because Rierson was pushing forward a lot and he was also getting cooked by Vini. Arsnes is... legit man marking Vini and Norway has the ball. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Alright, here comes Ornes. Okay, he does push forward, but because Brazil allow him to, that pass is not it. Not even Haaland can win that. Oh, Bruno trying to play a bit too quickly there. Loses the ball. It's a really tense game, chat. I don't know. Talk to me. We're close to the second advertisement break. And there doesn't seem to be a clear winner. I mean, obviously the score is 0-0, but no one is really dictating play. Brazil not interested in pressing at the moment. Ornes almost loses the ball. Now wins it. Berg is just allowed to push forward. Like, I guess that midfield is non-existent. Bro, like, what is Casemiro doing? Take him off. He has no legs. Sheldrup. Oh, Alisson with the save. Oh my gosh. That was scary for Alisson coming off his line. Oh, that was super scary for Alisson. Sheldrup with the cross for Haaland. And Alisson gets a hand to it. Then Gabriel completes the clearance and sends it out for a corner. That was really scary for Alisson. But he got the touch that prevented Haaland from tapping that one in. That was clutch from Alisson. It looked scary, but it was exactly what they needed. Now corner for Norway. Odegaard gonna take this one. Haaland once again waiting on the far post. And I believe Sheldrup is kind of making a screen for him. Odegaard with the cross cleared away. Sheldrup is gonna get to that ball before Bruno. Once again for Sheldrup. He didn't get a good first touch. Bob now appears on the left. Bob, that is a good through ball for Haaland. Oh, Haaland didn't get to it. Haaland didn't get to it. That was so close. That was an amazing through ball from Bob. Cut him in half. And out of all people, Ayer is the one who appears inside the box. Ayer with an amazing cross with the outside of his left foot. Oh, Rivela cross from Ayer. And Haaland on the far post dives trying to get to it. Is not able to tap it in. So close for Norway. Norway are right there. Substitutions now for Brazil. Martinelli's off. Martinelli and Ryan are off. Neymar is on. Neymar is on. That's why I was like, the crowd is going crazy, but no way that Neymar is on. Neymar is on with Danilo Santos. Martinelli and Ryan are off. And just like, dude, couldn't they wait for the hydration break to make the subs? They just made the subs and now here comes the hydration break. Like, couldn't they wait to make the subs? Chad, Neymar is on for the final quarter. Chad, don't get excited, okay? Don't. I know you guys want to see it. I want to see it too. Don't. It's not happening. It's not happening. RDS, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Carlo doesn't know what to do. Carlo feels like, look at Haaland. He's just going right next to the fans with ice all over his neck. An ice belt over his neck and then going next to the fans. I imagine that New Jersey is blazing hot at the moment. Chad, I want to see it too, but I think that Carlo is just saying, you need a voice inside of the pitch. You need some leadership. Do it for your sister is crazy. RDS, if he does it, The hangout is gonna go crazy. The hangout is gonna be insane if Neymar does the unthinkable. Oh my gosh, man. There's just no way. There's no way. I've been telling you, there's no way this happens. But I didn't think he would even come onto the pitch. I guess I underestimated Carlo. 3 hours thesis. We don't have the time. We have to. I mean, he would, but if he had the time, but we have the England Mexico right after that. All right, Chad, talk to me. What the heck is gonna happen in the final quarter? Neymar is on. 36 degrees. That explains a lot. That is kind of crazy. Ay, 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 Chad. I'm scared. I'm legit terrified for what could happen here. But at least finally you have a number 10. You don't have to play with Martinelli on the 10. Martinelli was invisible this game. Martinelli did nothing. Like, what was even the heat map for Martinelli? Oh, he was all over the place. That is kind of disgusting, though. He didn't get the ball, like, anywhere where you'd expect him to get the ball. Ryan created 3 chances. Ryan went kind of crazy this game. "32 touches for Martinelli." All right, Nyland has the ball. Norway are gonna play out from the back. Endrick seems like he wants to push. The rest of the team doesn't want to press. Henderson hoof balls. Ain't no way, man. Oh, Bob did great there to win it. And here comes Odegaard. Odegaard for Haaland. Haaland trying to bully his way through. The ball still gets to Odegaard. Odegaard has Bob to his side. Odegaard is surrounded by 4 Brazilians who stripped the ball away from him and put it away. That was really scary for Brazil. Chat is so tense because we were entering territory where whoever scores wins. We're approaching golden goal territory. We're approaching golden goal territory. And I have no idea what's going to happen because Norway are on the ball, but Brazil have looked dangerous whenever they attacked as well. Nyland has had to make more steps than Alisson so far. Oh, Norway kind of playing with fire, but I guess that Brazil's press is just not that intense. Douglas Santos does recover the ball, and here comes Vini. Vini trying to find Hendrik, doesn't find him. Oh, Norway playing out from the back is clean. Oh, Norway and their technical ability is clean. Is that DiCaprio? Chad, the England match against Mexico which we're doing a watch-along after this. So you definitely should tune into the watch-along for England-Mexico after this. That game is so big that everybody today at the British Grand Prix today in Formula 1 was talking about that game. Like Checo Perez, the driver for Cadillac, was saying that the most important thing on his day was the Mexico-England game. Even more than the race itself. And then like the other celebrities who are getting asked about that game. Grealish was at the British Grand Prix. Oh, here comes Vini. Vini inside. Bruno to the side. That was not it. I think that somebody should have shot. I don't know if Neymar was to go to the ball. Oh, is that a penalty? I don't think... That was weird. I don't know if that bounced off the handball. Ooh, Haaland does well to win that ball. And here comes Oscar Bob. Orsnes is pushing to the side. Bob doesn't see him, but Odegaard in the middle. Here comes Haaland. Sheldrup. Sheldrup comes inside. Shelburne saved by Alisson. Saved by Alisson. Oh my god. It's end to end. It's so tense at the end of the game. Oh, the shot from Sheldrup goes through the legs of Marquinhos. And the save from Alisson on the near post. Alright, throwing for Norway now. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, Sheldrup with the back heel, nice. Norway are playing Jogo Bonito more than Brazil. Odegaard has been very involved this game. Alright, but Norway are just gonna play backwards again. Whenever Norway puts some intensity into their attack, they look very dangerous, but for the most part, they've been taking it slow. See, there we go. Ayer with the cross. Doesn't go out for a corner. Marquinhos able to keep it in. Boots it away, and yeah, Norway get the ball again. Brazil look desperate. They're bunkering down, and they don't really know what to do. Brazil looks on the back foot. I mean, but what can Neymar do if the team doesn't get the ball to him? Norway has the ball all the time. What can Neymar do? This is what I don't understand. Like, you want Neymar, 2026 Neymar, you need him in a game where you're dominating possession. Because if you cannot get the ball to him, what is he gonna do off the ball? Oh, yeah, Chad. It's so scary. It's so scary. Norway just playing sideways. But the moment they get an opportunity, it looks so scary for Brazil. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's so difficult because this doesn't feel like a game where Neymar should play. If anything, he should have come on against Japan. Like, I feel like the Japan game fit Neymar a lot better because in that second half, Brazil were dominating in possession. But in this game, where the possession is actually contested, if not on Norway's... Oh, they're subbing in a defender. Carlo, who is the number 2 for Brazil? I forgot already. Ederson. Ederson from Atalanta, by the way. So it's not a defender, it's a midfielder with the number 2 for some reason. Double the amount of completed passes, yeah, when they showed the stat, yeah. But that makes sense based on the possession. The possession has also been double. Alright, Bruno Guimaraes subbed out for Ederson. Disappointing game from Bruno G, especially because of that penalty miss at the start of the game. But Brazil's midfield has not been it. This tournament, nor this game. Especially this game. The midfield for Brazil is non-existent. And you have to question Carlo for his squad selection and his in-game management as well. Oh, the cross for Haaland. There it is! And Haaland gets it. He makes it happen. They only need him to find him inside the box once. And Norway lead. They only need him to find him inside the box once. One time was all they needed. Nothing they could do. He's unstoppable. He's inevitable. He's collecting goals like Infinity Stones. He's the final boss. And that is arguably Norway's most important goal in their history. In a World Cup round of 16 against Brazil, the 5-time World Cup winners, Haaland rises above everyone else and heads it home. The crossing from Sheldrup. He beats Gabriel like many times he's done before in the Premier League. Jumps above everybody and puts in the full forehead into that ball. Alisson tries, but there's nothing you can do. The bounce only makes the ball go faster. And Norway are in front. He really dunked on Gabriel once again. I'm sure that he's more happy about that than the goal itself. They only needed to find him once inside the box. That's all they need to do. And what is your response now from Brazil? They need to make something happen. Vini, Neymar, Endrick, whoever. It's City versus Arsenal all over again. Oh, and here comes Haaland once again. Gabriel is elbowed. Marquinhos actually is the one who gets to the ball. Oh, but Norway are still pressing. Brazil are rattled. That's a foul on Marquinhos. He's inevitable. He's the final boss of this World Cup. Him and Messi and Mbappe, they're making everything happen. I agree. Ivory Coast put up a better fight than Brazil so far, but don't count them out just yet. Here comes Vini. Oscar Bob gets a touch, and that's going to be a corner for Brazil. Don't rule Brazil out just yet. They didn't get 5 stars by giving up. But everybody seems to be in disbelief in the stands. They know there's not much time left. Neymar to take the corner. One more assist. One more assist, Prince. That's all you need. Ah, it's outside the spot. Oh, come on, ref. Bro. All right. Ney with the cross. That's a good cross, but it's headed away, and it's another corner. Ayer wins in the air, but it's another corner. To witness protection. Come on, Ney. Vamos, Ney. Another corner. Another cross into the near post this time. Also gets cleared away. Norway shockingly did put a man in the near post to prevent that kind of thing. Cross and inshallah for Brazil. It's gonna be like this all game. Tactics are out the window. Just put it in the box. Ancelotti is raising the aura already. Neymar with the foot. Oh, Neymar with the footwork. Gets dispossessed. Put it in the box, Vini. Vini cutting inside. He forgets the ball. Is that gonna be a foul? No foul, says the ref. And here comes Bob once again. Sheldrup. Where's Haaland? Where's Haaland? Haaland was defending. Sheldrup does find Bob though. Sheldrup. Berg. Now Haaland has arrived. A bit too late. Brazil has already fallen back. Oh man. And Neymar is getting frustrated because nobody's pressing and Norway are allowed to just take touches. Just pass the ball around. Play with them. Norway is toying with Brazil now. Nyland is going to have to play long here though. Now win in the air. They do win in the air. Kinda. Alright, Norway also don't have to give in to desperation. Yeah, exactly, SSV. It's the Arsenal way. Ooh, okay. Oh my god, what a save by Nyland! Oh my god, that clearance by Ayer! Bounced off a Brazilian and it almost went in. What was that? That would have been the most ridiculous equalizer in World Cup history. What a save by Nyland, that was stupid. Brazil still in possession, here's Vini. Oh, Neymar! Ney! No, it goes wide! It was Casemiro inside the box of all people. Oh my god, what? What was Casemiro doing there? I thought it was Neymar. Oh, and the shot goes a bit too wide. Neymar was just in the middle. Neither Vini or Neymar couldn't tap it in. Dude, what was that save by Nyland? Ayer trying to boot the ball away, and the deflection ends up going into his own goal. Nyland just able to track back and get a touch with his fingertips to deflect the ball away. That would have been the most ridiculous equalizer to concede. What a save from Norway's goalkeeper. It's a dramatic end here in New Jersey. It's crazy. Absolute cinema. Yeah, just play that throwing long. Keep the ball away from your box. Good from Odegaard to play out from the back. Haaland helping with the link-up play. And here comes Sheldrup once again. Sheldrup has also changed the game in a massive way. I feel like Sheldrup has been a lot more effective than Nusa. Oscar Bob also doing their thing, more than Sorloth. Those were the right subs by Norway's manager. Have to give him his flowers. At halftime he realized that Nusa and Sorloth weren't doing it. Oscar Bob and Sheldrup have been game changers. Oh, here comes Odegaard now. Odegaard tries to put in a cross. Takes a deflection, and now it's another corner for Norway. Odegaard hyping up the crowd behind Alisson's goal. Norway know that they are one step closer to the quarterfinals. Everybody suffering on the stands on both sides. Corner for Norway now. Yeah, just keep it against the corner flag. Just recycle the ball. There we go. Very professional from Norway. Playing by the book here. They studied their end games. Nyland trying to find Haaland with the long pass. Doesn't find him. Alisson catches it. And Brazil are gonna have to figure something out. Ney tries to find Vini. Vini cuts it back into the inside. Danilo just about gets to it. As a Viking was sprinting at him. Alright, Ney. To the side for Vini. What can Vini do? Vini doesn't get fouled by Orsnes, says the ref. Ref says that it's a goal kick. That kind of looked like a foul from Orsnes. Let's see the replay. Oh, first we're seeing what almost ended up being an own goal, essentially. I thought that Orsnes had fouled Vini, but the refs thought otherwise. Oh, Haaland once again. Haaland is gonna shoot. Oh my god! Oh my god! He's the final boss! What has this man done? What has he done? Game over! GG! They're out! Brazil is out! And Erling brings the hammer down! What a hit! What a hit! And the Viking boat keeps on rowing to the quarterfinals. That is it. Game, set, and match. Bring the curtains down. It's over. Haaland eliminates Brazil. Look at this. All the time in the world. Bottom corner. Nothing Alisson can do. What an absolute rocket. What a missile. In front of Danilo. Why is Danilo defending that? And then he's just aura farming on them. Ice cold. The iceberg man. And Haaland announces himself on the world stage. In the biggest tournament of them all. The one that had evaded him for so long. The one that had evaded Norway for so long. And they are taking out the 5-time world champions as early as the round of 16. And Brazil, after 5 games, still cannot beat Norway and still cannot beat a European side in the World Cup knockouts. They cannot beat a European side, Mr. Krabs. You're right. Dave Street. What Haaland said. His dream is to touch 2 balls, pause, and score 2 goals. And that's exactly what he did today. It's a 3-way tie for the Golden Boot. That's crazy. We live in cars. Like, it's actually cars in universe. It's the finish for the Piston Cup. Oh, but hold on. Neymar may have something to say about it. Not really. Cross and inshallah, like it's been this whole tournament for Brazil. Vini gets the ball again. Vini. Danilo, nope. Cleared away. Haaland is now a defender. Oh, and Odegaard wins the ball away from Danilo. Oh, and Odegaard is gonna keep doing the thing. What a game by Odegaard. Also, like, obviously Haaland is man of the match, but give Odegaard his flowers. Odegaard, Sheldrup, Nyland, the entirety of Norway today put in a masterclass. Brazil nowhere to be found. And how different could this game have been had Bruno scored that early penalty? So much to talk about this game. Berg has been having a great game too. Yeah, Ayer has been having a good game. Orsnes, since he came on, has been good. Oscar Bob, good cameo too. Crossing by Gabriel, gets to nobody, and Orsnes is just gonna put it away. Nyland about to get 1 billion followers. Norway trying to sub in another defender, but the ball doesn't go out of play. Neymar gets dispossessed. What a sad end for Neymar. That is the only thing that I regret. I hate Brazil, but I love Neymar. And what a sad end this has been. Ney. Douglas Santos to Vini. Once again, Ney. Just have a shot. Have a shot, Ney. He didn't even try. Danilo tries to shoot. Why didn't Neymar try to shoot? Why is Danilo taking a shot? That's gonna be a goal kick. the row. Ooh. Rus. Rus. It is stupid, the RDS. Did you see that? An absolute thunder. Look where that goes in next to the post. It's so stupid. It's a cheat code. It's actually a cheat code. The Hendrick miss, the penalty miss. So many moments where Brazil are gonna end up wondering, what if? As Ostigard is now on the pitch to try and hold on. 7 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. Only 3 minutes left. Oh, that Viking sprinting at you again. Haaland is just a cheat code, man. Oscar Bob, yeah, just gonna keep the ball there. Odegaard gonna keep it against the corner flag. Oh, Norway is just putting on a clinic right now. Brazil can do nothing. Norway are toying with them. Could it be 3? Gets cleared away. Oh my god. Oh my god, Norway just get the ball every single time. Brazil cannot get the ball. Odegaard gets fouled. Bro. And that's a yellow card for Neymar. Brazil can't get the ball. Norway is the one playing Jogo Bonito. Norway is the one playing Jogo Bonito. What am I witnessing? Guys, like, Norway played the way you'd expect Brazil to play, and Brazil played the way you'd expect Norway to play. Everybody, every Brazilian legend on the stands or from home on TV, watching this absolute disgrace out in the round of 16 to Norway of all teams. Mbappe, Messi, and Haaland all on 7 goals. It's stupid. This World Cup is stupid. And yeah, it's the final minute. There's nothing to do. Everybody's going at Odegaard. I don't know why Brazil is doing this. But it's clearly out of their frustration. They know that they're out. Brazil are clearly frustrated. But they should be angry only at themselves. They have no one to blame but themselves for what is happening to them. Erling Haaland and Martin Odequinho. Bro, Norway play like Brazil. Yeah, they are salty. They cannot face reality. It's over. Like, as soon as he plays, it's over. It's over. Norway are through. Brazil are going home. The 5-time champions out as early as the round of 16. What a game. The ref still doesn't blow his whistle. He's giving another minute, but like, what is there to do? Carlo is in disbelief. Everybody in Brazil is in disbelief. But the writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall after the Morocco game, after the Japan game. It was right there. Nobody wanted to see it because it's Brazil. What is the ref doing? Did he signal a foul outside the box? But Casemiro was clearly inside, right? Oh yeah, that's an elbow on Casemiro. Is that a pen? Yeah, Ostigard clearly elbowed Casemiro. That could easily be a red card. It's a pen. Did he give a pen? It's a pen. Oh, Chad, are we gonna have some endgame drama? Mognorge, thank you so much for joining. Do you think we would have lost against this Norway with the way we played against Cabo Verde? I mean, with the way that Haaland has been playing, maybe. All right, Neymar stepping up for the penalty for Brazil. He needs to score this, and maybe the ref is going to allow one more play for Brazil. Brazil need an absolute miracle. Neymar and Nyland just trash talking each other. Nyland hyping himself up. Neymar, the prince, to the rescue of Brazil. Can he do it one more time? The stutter step. He does it. He gets it. What now? And Neymar, the only thing he was thinking about is trash talking Nyland after that. And is there gonna be time for more? Nyland was moving away too much for that. I don't know what was that. Yeah, at least we get a Neymar goal in his final game at a World Cup. Is there gonna be time for more? What's gonna happen now after Norway plays from the middle? Like, the time was over. There was no more time after this. You were right, Albert. Oh, and what happens now? What happened? They need to play from the middle again? Oh, come on, man. RDS, Neymar was not fit to start. Then again, playing Martinelli in the 10 is diabolical. Nyland plays long. That is bad from Nyland. Oh, Brazil are gonna have one more chance. Oh, it's not over yet. Hold on, here comes Brazil. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wee-woo. Nyland is gonna catch it. Nyland is gonna catch it. Surely that has to be it, right? Surely that has to be it, right? The ref still doesn't blow his whistle. Haaland is gonna try to catch that ball. Marquinhos wins it. And that's it. It's over. Norway have done it. Brazil are out. Norway are through to the quarterfinals. And Brazil are going home. Haaland sends Brazil packing. Oh my gosh, man. What a game. What a game. And the 5-time World Cup winners are out. But I'm sorry, the writing was on the wall. We knew this could happen. We knew it. We knew that sooner or later, this Brazil team wasn't meant to win the World Cup. They were not built for it. That midfield was horrendous. There was no creativity in the number 10 role. The fullbacks were atrocious. And Vini has stepped up, yes. But today, when he was needed most, there was nothing he could do against a well-drilled, organized Norway side that full-on played Jogo Bonito on Brazil. Norway played Jogo Bonito today. Their midfield was electric. Their wingers, so effective. And they have a striker that you could throw a brick at him and he would still turn it into a goal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I knew it could happen, but I'm still shocked because it's Brazil. And it's Norway. Norway, 5 games against Brazil, still unbeaten. 3 victories, 2 draws. And Brazil once again bounces out of the World Cup against a European team. And this is how Brazil ends. Brazil ends on the pitch with a legend from the past, like Neymar, and a bunch of players who are not up to standards. Douglas Santos, Ederson, Danilo. Players who put shame on that shirt. Casemiro, what is Casemiro doing in this team still? We knew this was going to happen with Brazil. We knew it. From the moment we saw that squad, we knew that there was only so much Carlo could do. And Carlo has to be questioned too for his squad selection and for his starting 11. They got unlucky with some injuries, yes. Neymar not being fully fit, Rafinha not being fully fit. Lucas Paquetá, even though he's a brick, at least he's a natural number 10. There's no creativity. Brazil ended up playing Cross and Inshallah, while Norway were playing Jogo Bonito. It's opposite day. It's actually opposite day in nowadays football, where Brazil is the one playing Cross and Inshallah, and Norway is the one playing the beautiful tiki-taka and just toying with their opposition. The game has changed. The game has changed forever. Neymar, man. Probably the only person I feel bad about on that team. Well, him and Alisson, to be fair. Argentina and Colombia to the rescue of CONMEBOL. Paraguay did what they could. Uruguay disappointed. Brazil crashed out. Ecuador, childish, immature. Argentina and Colombia as the two best drilled teams from South America, once again having to carry the pride of CONMEBOL, and it's very likely that they come up against each other if we both advance. Thank you, Mr. Croft, for tuning in. Have a good one. Can this Norway beat Mexico or England? They absolutely can. They absolutely can. Norway has been amazing, and it's time for rowing. They brought out the drums once again. Absolutely. Mexico especially, because at that point they wouldn't be playing at the Azteca anymore. The quarterfinal game is going to be in Miami. And even against England, with how Norway has played today, Norway can cause some major problems to England. Anyway, as the Norwegians row their way to the quarterfinals. Actually, can I see it on Furmov already? Is it on Furmov already, the rowing boat? No, they haven't updated it to the quarterfinals. This is like what I love the most, man. Hold on, let me look at this boat as they start rowing. I wanted to see him right here already. Can I, if I reload, maybe they're already there in the knockouts. Why is it taking so long to? No, they're not there anymore, but the Norwegian boat keeps on rowing. They're through to the quarterfinals. Brazil are going home. And as they keep rowing, it's time to say goodbye, but not for long. Remember, everybody will be live for England against Mexico. So make sure to subscribe to not miss out on that. They could be their most clinical side. Surely. This time Haaland is the one taking care of the drums. No longer Odegaard. As they start rowing, he's just having a laugh. He's having the time of his life out there. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. take care of yourselves, and we'll be back here in a few minutes or in a few hours for England against Mexico. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out. See you all in a bit.